supposed to bang in my game.
$25. Sub officially too old for Leo DiCaprio WW.
What up, gamers? What up? Say what up if you like, boys. I guess I do. What up, the life listener? What up, Koi? What up, Somragostas? Zach is back. Okalenko, Vix. There will be Bears. Duke of Sims. Bulldozer Stevie. 190 stream streak for Annihilus. I saw you on a famous stream this weekend. Oh, that's good. Jimothy, what's going on? Call me a god. What's up? Arjen. Emphasis on the gen. What up? The fresh RLCS streamer is back. Dude, it's been a bit. It's actually kind of been a bit, chat. You've gotten used to seeing me all the time. Be honest. You got used to it. I was just always a little live boy, and it's been almost a full week. Since I went live. That used to be regularity. Now, it's almost never. Chat, who's got the clip? Who's got the 1439 clip? I snuck it in, chats. And it just came naturally. Nobody noticed. We got used to into a hat. RLCS ruined that. True. I did have the hat taken off. Is that my favorite Champ Sunday caster? Hey, I did more than just Champ Sunday, chat. Everyone thought it was weird. No, the hat being off, I could see that. But nobody cared about the 1439 reference. Hello, Mr. Feer. Nice white shirt you have there. Thank you. How was it to be a part of the RLCS commentators? It was good, chat. I've done it before, though. I did last year's 1v1s. I did the Paris B stream. So I don't know if you... Oh, not the Paris B stream. The Boston B stream. The Boston B stream. You got timed out in Rocket League for saying bald? Yeah. Everyone types bald, which I wouldn't care if they did. But I guess it's just too much. They auto-mod it. You can't type bald. Now it's time to rule the world. Twitch chat went insane on the 1439 reference. I actually haven't even seen the clip. I haven't seen the clip, which would include the Rocket League chatters. Like when you watch clips, it has the chat replay as well. So I haven't even seen it. I don't know if anybody has it. You were banned from mainstream for pants grabbing. Yeah, guys, what were you guys doing out there? I think Jorgen had a crazy one. Zach is back had a crazy one, I remember. That was like guaranteed to get timed out. I can't remember if it was a pants grab, but whatever it was just like, dude, that's for sure getting timed out. You're risking getting like perma'd in the mainstream. You were casting? That was you? Wait, let me, yeah, rebbed for our pleasure. That's what it was. If you didn't know it was me casting, how about now? Surprise! It was me! I was the one on the RLCS broadcasts. Can you believe it? Also, I don't know how their camera works or their green screen works, but I feel like it makes the top of my head look weird. Otherwise, my head looks totally normal. Anybody think the RLCS stream made it look bigger too? Almost looks kind of small right now, you know? Headset dent? You know what I've noticed? And this happened, I might have told this on stream before. When I first did hair reveal, which by the way wasn't a hair reveal because I had already shown my hair many times on stream, but we don't talk about that. When I did my hair reveal to show everyone that I was bald during the 9 to 5-a-thon, I think it was. You know, I take my hat off, put my headphones back on. All normal, all according to plan, right? And then I get off the stream and I talk to Dr. Feer. And I talk about how, you know, people were commenting on the bald head, how the head looked so big. And then she says, yeah, but like, you were playing into it though. Like, okay, what do you mean by that? She's like, you were exaggerating it. How could I exaggerate the size of my head? My head is just that I can't change that. She's like, no, you like were wearing your headphones really back so it looked like your forehead was way bigger. And I realized, no, this is just how I wear them. And it is kind of pretty far back. In retrospect, if you look at it from the side, I do wear it like tilted back towards the back end of my head, which does make it like even worse. It does make the bald head show even more. But I think the reason why I maybe started doing this once upon a time, a long time ago, as you guys can see, I can't quite look at the preview and do a full profile. But I think I saw like that picture that everyone's seen where someone has like a headphone dent that's like actually legit, like deep in their head. And so I think what I started to do was be like, oh, I need to try and counter that because I wear headsets all the time. So I'll just like move it slightly off until like what feels like a stronger bone in my head or something. I don't know. So I moved it slightly back, but I've had it back ever since. And so yeah, it just makes my head look bigger, which obviously is not good. I could try and do this, like just a regular guy like everybody else, okay? I'm just a regular guy like everybody else. We all have our heads. They're all, you see, I just can't go too far to the point where the head shows on over the top of the headphones. So you could just do this. I don't have a big forehead. What do you mean? Just like you guys. But yeah, I don't know. I wear it back. Saw the Mr. Clean's in the chats. That's what everyone loves to say. Doesn't Mr. Clean famously have no facial hair? Isn't Mr. Clean no mustache? And he's also got white eyebrows, which I don't have either. Dr. Eggman, that was the most famous, or most repeated reference this weekend on the mainstream. Kratos, they've done 19 months tier 1. Bulldozer Stevie, gifting one over to Vic's Overwatch. This is how I think of it. Bulldozer Stevie, gifting over to Mr. Fart Gargle. Duke of Sims, thank you for that 25 months tier 1. Z-Stat for the 38 months tier 1. Didn't we have a Mr. Clean emo? Maybe. Hey, for you probably already know, but Diaz will be arriving in NA. Yeah, I did talk to Diaz. I talked to Diaz about his potential show matching and his preparation for NA 1 versus 1. And he said, I'm not really going to be able to play matches. I might be able to play them Thursday right before. Problem is, of course, Thursday. That's Mina Day. That's Mina Day, gamers. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, no questions. That's good. Good to hear. One drawback of being bald is not hiding anything. I stabbed my head on a sharp metal foot peg while working on my bike, and now I have a huge mark for days. Everyone will see that. Where is NA 1v1 broadcasted? It will be broadcasted where you saw EU. It's on the mainstream. Twitch.tv/Rocket League. What are we doing in the 2 hours before? We do have some time before the matchup. Couple things could happen. Either we could maybe get another match if the right people respond and it looks like there's gaming to be had. That's not as likely as what we'll actually do, which is either some predictions for NA and Mina, or we'll take a look at Sam, because Sam was actually quite interesting. If you guys haven't seen, I didn't see the games, so I can't necessarily say the games are quite interesting, but the results were certainly at least not what people were predicting. What up, Connie? When will be Swiss stage for RLCS 1v1, and will you stream it? Swiss stages are now fully complete for all regions, so it's too late. Swiss stage for NA was Sunday last night. Yes. No, 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago is when Sunday was done. Saturday is when Mina was done, so they're all done now. But we have GSL into hybrid eliminations. Those will be on the mainstreams. On Thursday, we will get to watch Mina on this stream like we did last time, where we can jump to any game we want. We technically would have been allowed to do that Friday and Saturday as well for Mina, but we're going to be on the mainstream. And I don't know if you guys know, the mainstream has like a 3-hour time frame before it goes live that you're busy doing stuff for like pre-show and prepping and mic checks and camera checks and all this other stuff. So like you'd think, sweet, it'd be nice to like stream a little bit and then maybe just cut the stream off and go live with the mainstream. But it just doesn't work that way because there's so much prep time. Wayrest, they have the 16 months tier 1.
Fourth time to speedrun my next loss.
It was fun, man. It was fun. I really like the crew there. Bulldozer Stevie, they have the tier 1 for 11 months. Lush versus Evo should be good. Should definitely be good. We had such a sick crew. CJ, Johnny, Shogun,
Q,
Leaf. Is that everybody? I'm like, wait a second. Did I forget somebody? There should be... Oh, we had T-Bates for the first day. I know we had T-Bates for the first day. You love the part where you solo casted for one game? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Pretty funny. I actually was excited about commentating with Shogun, the voice of Rocket League. The actual full-on voice of Rocket League. I was going to commentate with him, and I did commentate 30 seconds or so with him. But the thing about that, chat, and I haven't looked back to see what the mainstream could hear, is I don't know if you guys know how it all works, but how it works behind the scenes is I can hear Shogun through Discord. I can hear Shogun through Discord, and you guys can hear Shogun through the production. So it's two different methods. I'm co-casting with him. You guys hear him through production. I hear him through Discord. When he has internet troubles, what can often happen is production loses him, but he gets quickly back into Discord because Discord's like doesn't take as much setup, right? As long as he has any internet at all and he's still on the channel, I'm gonna be able to hear him. So I feel like I can hear him a little bit, and I don't know if you guys can hear him at all. So it's pretty tough, especially for someone like me who's not a pro at doing this production thing, like doing this full-on official RLCS on the main channel thing. So I'm like, I kind of hear Shogun. What am I supposed to do? Just keep listening to him, or is this just dead air while I'm listening to him because he's DC'd from the production? What am I supposed to do here? So I have no idea what happened for you. Like, I don't know if I was just yapping to myself all before I eventually took it on the solo run. I don't know if you guys heard Shogun say, hey, screw it, I clearly can't go anymore, Fear, take it away. I don't know if that came to everybody and you heard that, or if it just sounded like I just started to, you know, speak by myself. No, you guys did not hear that. You did not hear the part where Shogun said, hey, take it away. Interesting. Yeah, so Shogun during the to end it, when I really started taking over and clearly was not waiting for him anymore, right before that, Shogun said, all right, screw it, I'm not gonna be able to do this, take it away. And he didn't say it like in a behind the scenes green screen type way. He said it like to the audience, and maybe you guys just didn't hear it, but then you said he's back, then he cut out again and you were silent for a bit. Interesting. He basically cut him for a little bit while you were solo casting. That's interesting. He said it's a Fear stream. Okay, you heard that then. Yeah, no, you heard that. You heard him say it's a Fear stream at least. That was when he decided to give up and just let me cover it. And right away I was like, this is fine. You guys know, I know, I've done this 1,000 times. I've done it literally 1,000 times. I've probably run 1,000 matches by myself, solo casting for ones. So I wasn't bothered. You know what I haven't done? And you know what I normally do if you guys ever pay attention during matches on my stream? As soon as the final victory dance of the car ends, and then we wait in the between lobbies and we get into the next game, 90% of the time, I just stop talking. Because it gets cut out of the YouTube video, and it's nice to maybe not talk for a little bit, right?
You kept talking to people who weren't saying anything.
Me and 25,000 people were all wondering why you kept talking to people who weren't saying anything. Yeah. No, that was Shogun, who was sometimes talking in my ear but not yours. So I knew once the game ended, I was like, dude, this is when you go back and forth in Yapathon with your co-caster to like make up for the fact that there's like 2 full minutes of time in between games, and you can't just be silent like I do on my own stream. I'm like, screw it, I'll just get a drink of water, I'll just say nothing for 20 seconds, 120 seconds. Doesn't work that way. So luckily, they slipped Johnny in, I think, in between, right? I didn't have to yap by myself for very long. I didn't even know Johnny was getting pulled in. I had just been locked in on myself, but then he showed up. Yeah, I did. I mentioned that. I mentioned it because I've noticed one thing that I feel like CJ does really well. I feel like CJ does this really well. I think like when people think of their favorite commentators, if we saw everybody's tier lists of all their different favorite commentators across the board, every type of person, the person who would have the best average, highest placement across all rankings will be CJ. Do you guys agree with that? Because like a lot of people will like a Shogun and a Johnny, but like for some reason, some people like don't. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know why. I'd have them up there at the top as well, but I'll see a random bad take on them, and I feel like I've never seen someone say something bad about CJ. They all love CJ. So anyways, one thing, so I think in my head, he's my golden star, you know, that if I do something like him, I can't be wrong because everybody loves how he does it. And one thing that I've noticed that CJ does is he doesn't take it too seriously. He doesn't pretend like the mainstream broadcast is this like untouchable ESPN level NBA finals production where like you can't still joke around a little bit, if that makes sense, or like kind of break fourth wall a little bit. So I was like, okay, I think I can just outright say it that I'm not going to be good at yapathoning this this in between 2 minutes, and even though it's a slight joke and it's slightly like playing against the production a little bit, It seems like something that CJ would do in a similar situation. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but that's my North Star. If CJ would do it, I'm okay. If he wouldn't, then I'm taking a risk. Klexic, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. Did you see Heatseeker player Bang get a win over Nush and Tahlam in Mina Quals? I did not know he's a Heatseeker player. We're going to look at Mina here for a bit, and we'll look at NA as well. I'm just here to chill. Resubscribe with the Prime. Maybe the 4 months. He said, all that dog is so cute. Holy! It's LeBron James. I don't know, man. 254. David, 26 months Prime. Sweet job this weekend. Hiccups and all. Congrats on getting the finals. I think what you mean is that I wasn't perfect. But I didn't ever have the hiccups.
Hiccups and all. Congrats on getting the finals.
I never had the hiccups, but I did have hiccups. Yeah, there's still lots to... I've never walked away from one of those RLCS broadcasts being like, nailed it. 100% perfect. If anything, I walk away from them going, wow, I'm a rookie when it comes to like so much to do with how that broadcast runs. But I don't know if you guys have this experience in life as well. But when you're a rookie or really new to something and you fail, it's like so easy to see where you could be better. And you're like, oh, I just want to do it again. I just want, like, it's going to be so easy to fix that. I'm going to get better so fast. Like you do in all new things you try in the very beginning before like you start to get too good at it and it levels off. I feel like that's how I still feel with like working on the main broadcast and working with all these people that I basically never have worked with before. So even though I make mistakes and I walk away thinking, could have done better, it's the attitude is not like, wow, end it all. I'll never be good again. It's more like, dude, it's so obvious how I could be better, and it's so clear that if I just went a little bit more, I could do it. This is a solo podcast by now. Just because I'm ignoring some random questions, I'm just keeping a coherent train of thought for the stream, chat. It's what people want. What you guys want is cut it. Oh, cut it off here. Oh, cut it up. Oh, have you heard about? Oh, answer this question about that. Oh, answer this question about that. Ninja Krabby, they have 33 months Prime. And even worse, you don't even say the question. So I don't even get to decide whether or not you're on the track that I could keep us going on. You want to cut off the flow. You want me to talk to you, say, hey, what's your question? You may or may not respond with the actual question after I address you. And then when you do, it's something like plus plus. I'm like, fine, guys, chill. We'll play the marbles eventually, okay? Just chill.
Loved having you on the main stream.
I was just about to ask where my junches were at. Let it be known I'll never go offline for more than a week. I was able to cut it off. What? Did I lose internet? Hello? Yes, okay. There it goes. Now it's actually reflecting that on OBS. I need to put on my task list right now to swap routers if possible. Is chat back now? I need to swap the routers. Still haven't done it. Just no good excuse, except for that I just forget after I end stream. So I just put it on my to-do list to swap the routers.
Is that my go-to-mothy schmoovin? You nailed it, especially with the chat here. We so tough, so inspirational.
Yeah, you guys like chat? Here we go. Both times I brought it in, I used chat. Here we go. Hey, Afterpone, thank you for the Prime. Ginger RL, thank you for the 16 months Prime. You actually had a really good comment at the beginning of the stream. I just feel like you genuinely missed it. Fear, I'm sad that you and Johnny B didn't pick up the...
Fear, when you fart, are they loud or silent? And how long do they last? Also, additionally, how often? And does the smell cause cardiac arrest? And how long and does the smell cause Yosebeo Adi.
Marbles is open chat. Ginger, thank you for the 16 months. I was reading Summer Ghost's message before the TTS so rudely interrupted me. I'm gonna guess that this was what. I'm sad that you and Johnny.
Nice job casting. Been watching for a while. Great seeing you on mainstream.
Just kidding, Ginger. I loved your TTS. I was just bad timing. Okay. I'm sad that you and Johnny B didn't pick up the reference from The Observer. That guy crashed her, question mark? When Razier scored 7-1 and the kickoff started with the camera being zoomed in at the Brazilian flag. Okay, so the reason why maybe I or Johnny B didn't catch that is because this is how commentating on the mainstream works. You have you're in game. So you have your in-game view, which is not what the Observer sees, right? You see all your own stuff, all our own POVs. I'm basically watching it like I watch a regular show match. Then you also have the broadcast, maybe on a second monitor, which I realized this is one of the things I learned as a rookie going through it, that I needed to have that up because I had completely forgotten about that. Totally. Once the match started, I gave up on it. And then Johnny would like...
Bulldozer Steve has 1,439 million Q ignores. Feer is one of them. If at Bulldozer Steve has 1,439,000 Q ignores. Feer is one of them. Even if there is nothing...
As I was saying, you watch from in-game... And I realized Johnny would be like laughing at random moments that I was like, I wasn't saying anything funny. What's going on? And then I was like, oh, he's watching the broadcast on his other monitor and he's seeing something that the production is showing, whether it's a player's reaction or something like that. And he's commenting on that. So I started getting better at pulling that up and having that up. That being said, if a Brazil happened in the moment while the game is going on, I think the meta, and clearly Johnny didn't mention it either, is to not really care. Like, while game's going on, you just watch the actual game in-game. Then as soon as game ends,
to annoy you
switch.
This is a normal TTS message. I like foreign feet. I like Rocket League. I like bald. Don't delete this, please. Hi, chat. Also, I didn't get Affluenter, unfortunately. But I love your content /DSC_1439.
And then you watch the broadcast in between each game. That way you watch the players, see all the reactions, see the replays, see everything that you're supposed to be commenting on while that happens, and then switch back to the game. So I learned that. But that being said, the reason why we didn't comment on the Brazil flag, probably because we're both locked in to the actual game during the game.
The big fat hen.
Andrew's getting at 38 months, tier 1.
Is his den.
95 stream streak. Is this your second time getting 100? Because you already have VIP. Fear, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But wait, that declare hasn't even gone through yet. Chat, type exclamation point play. Type exclamation point play. Do it.
Nice job, special guest.
Thanks. This time I wasn't even special guest. This time they didn't even announce anything. As far as like, you know, Fear is doing the broadcast, right? I was just on the broadcast the day of. Which means I wasn't spoiling anything. Fear's promise to chat. I made a promise today. Let it be known I'll never go offline for more than a week. Oh, yep. I'll never go offline for more than a week. It's true. It's true. Never ever. Can we expect you on mainstream 3v3 now? Here's what I'll say about that. I was on 1v1 last year and then did almost no 3v3 at all the next year, except for the Boston B stream. So I don't know. Like, if they offered me 3v3, I would definitely accept it. But they didn't offer me any 3v3 this year. So what would make me think that I should be expecting 3v3 offers for future years? I'm not. So I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. We'll just have to wait and see. You need to offer them your feet? Okay, I'm okay. If I click on Boulders or Stevie's history, am I going to see this question? Or is it just going to be plus plus? Or is it Thick Buses? She referenced Thick Bus. Is Thick Bus the one who had a question? I have a question. Do they not let you wear a hat, or is it confident bad bitch decision to live your true life? This was Thick Bus's question. They let me. If you guys remember the first time I did that 1v1 broadcast, I did wear a hat. I wore the hat with my logo on it. You cannot wear logos. So if you see the hats that I normally wear, has the logo of the company. Odd Job, which is where I get them. That's not allowed because, you know, Odd Job's not a sponsor or whatever. So I could try and get like generic hats with no logo, and they probably would let me do it, assuming the lighting on my face worked. If I ever went to LAN, chances are probably not. The lighting is probably going to be up higher and like not in a position where I could wear a hat consistently. So yeah, I guess I made the bad bitch decision as you described it, to just like say mainstream is a line that if I cross that,
you should have put tape
I'll
on
just
it like yen.
keep the hats off. Always. Aclasio, leaving the 17 months tier 1. Wear a beanie, they don't have brims. You guys are used to me wearing a hat, and somebody like before when I first went live today, like the first time chatter or someone said, please wear a cap today. Clearly you guys prefer that. It's how you know me. But I don't really wear the hats much in day-to-day life anymore. I feel like there was a couple of 4-man panels where Leaf kind of didn't ask you any questions. Did you feel that, or was I tripping? You were tripping. Leaf did a great job. I think you're for sure tripping. Leaf is very good about that. I never felt like I was left out very long, and I could actually tell kind of where he was going each time, because you would let it bounce between people. So I think you're tripping a little bit. You might have just tuned in at a bad time. I just feel like you didn't get a lot.
Hi, Feer. Mr. Obama here. Oh, did I interrupt you? I'm sorry. Please continue.
Thank you. I think that you might have just been really focused on me. I think that I got to talk a good amount. You feel like the other casters respect you a lot? Well, that's good. That's good. It is interesting learning to commentate, like co-commentate, because I don't do that very often. You and Johnny casting together is peak. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure you'll get more of it in NA as well. Check my deleted message. What up, Koi? It's the 1439. Ah. Okay, this is the 1439 clip. I did manage to squeeze. I don't know if you guys know. I squeezed in a mention of 1439, which I did last time I was on the broadcast as well. I don't know if I did it on the B stream. Is that where I snuck it in? So this could be first ever 1439 on mainstream. I did at least... Is this first ever 1439 on mainstream? No. I did it on a Friday. No, I did it on a Friday. On a Friday broadcast for EU, somewhat recently I snuck it in. That was mainstream. I said, oh, I'm so used to having 1,439 tabs open. So this is only the second time that 1439 has been on mainstream.
I think Moxie recognised he was in a little bit of trouble. looking for the early challenge. He's fired 2 goals as Zen has faked the kickoff, but Moxie is starting to warm up.
Moxie has seen, 1,439 of these in the last week. He has watched everybody do that fake kickoff. He is ready for it. It is not convincing enough for him as Moxie equalizes here to try and get his wheels underneath him. He's in a tough spot. He's natural. Nobody notices a thing. Let me see the chat. I was saying, did you guys hold up your end of the bargain is the question. Clearly I hit it perfectly. And it looks like you guys did, but let me see if I can go back.
To be every kickoff in his favor, and this even more goal.
I think I jumped away from it.
Then one more.
This time,
we're on the whole wrong map now, so I think I have to click the link again. It's like a perfect timestamp thing. The way clips seem to. Oh, I can try to refresh.
Instant challenge, and I think Moxie recognized
him.
All
right,
a little
let's
bit
see
of
if you guys held up your end.
The early challenge. He's fired 2 goals as Zen has faked the kickoff, but Moxie is starting to warm up.
Moxie has seen, 1,439 of these in the last week. He has watched everybody do that fake kickoff. He is ready for it. It is not convincing enough for him as Moxie. Do we have the 1439 emote?
Here to try
and
get his
I guess we don't. 7TV is showing them.
Trying to save all 21 boosts to get back up in the air, but it's not going to work. Zen gets the 3rd.
Yeah, you try to keep it close, but maybe the option was just to kill it to the corner.
Dude, we need to get the 1439 emote in there as well. Certainly there's nothing stopping us from getting 1439 over there. I think it's in there. Well, 7TV seems to be showing the DSC emotes, but it won't show. I figured if it's showing me DSC, then it would show me the 1439. They don't have it. They don't have it. Looking really good, bald for real. Thank you, YouTube chat. Thank you, Thetmos. This exclamation point play we use there is so there's a chance. Wait, this exclamation point play we use, so there's a chance. You mean chance, not change. Yeah, I think so. I think Terry could definitely put it in. All right, chat, let's run these marbles, and then let's see what we're going to do for the next hour 15. We could watch a little bit of Grands over in Sam. We could do predictions. I think the play is predictions for Mina and NA, and then we'll do a little 1 versus 1 matchup after that. All right, I went way early on the song, but Sam was cinema. It was cinema, but it wasn't as expected. I would say that. I mean, not to say that, you know what I mean. The results were not as expected, but it was cinema as expected. Do you guys read chat a lot while casting, or is it too much multitasking? I basically never had chat pulled up. If I were more comfortable, again, this is like something like CJ has interacted with the chat though, so it's like it might not be too much to do that. What I don't want to do is have the streamer guy come in and like on his first day isn't commentating and is just referencing the chat. Like, it doesn't seem like something I should do. Like, do I want to? Is that what I do when I stream? Yeah, but I think I should just ignore it because I need to show I can just commentate. So yeah, I skipped it. And I also didn't want to be like laughing at your guys' jokes while streaming too. So, or while like commentating. So believe it or not, you guys can be funny on occasion. Do you know if they'll have you other castings like 3v3 or 2v2? Dude, I think I'm just gonna leak. Like, the play is just to leak, right? Clearly, I like leaked that it's gonna be on mainstream, but I don't think they're like making a secret. And then, almost more importantly, I don't think they're announcing it anywhere. So it's not like I'm spoiling any announcement. I'm gonna do NA 1v1 this weekend, and then I'm also doing an LCQ. As of right now, I'm doing the Mina LCQ. So I have a few more sets up. The Mina LCQ day on the mainstream, and then the 1v1s, of course, this next weekend. Duke of Sims? I mean, you can't miss, right? Sometimes the cannons launch up and the finish is missable, but... Oh, wait, Koi missed the finish, I think. Never mind, it is, in fact, missable. Oh, wait, it's not King anymore. New mom. New mom also didn't work. Bot's broken. Hello! AGX Jet, maybe the 18 months prime. Have I been gone from streaming that long? Is it not? None of your declares worked when you were mom? None of your stuff is working for mom? Huh. I mean, the mom bot seems to be just like fully dead. What if we type mom now? Okay, new mom. Sorry. I don't know why it didn't work. You had a declaration earlier though. It wasn't constantly not working for you. Noob the Pro, they have the 7 months prime. Agonizing Poo, the 29 months tier 3. The tier 3 bomb. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we gotta time somebody out, dude. Holy cow. It's been like a couple weeks and I'm already losing it. Hoffy, you're done. You're done. It hadn't even been a full week, and I already forgot how to run marbles. See you later, off.
ETCH underscore 1439 wave.
Wait, is he not here anymore? Oh, he's already been banished. He's already been pre-banished. I'll just let you have it. You like the Dutch 1439? Release Rope asked another question where he added me per usual. What are some other things you guys do on the back end during breaks? Mostly taking breaks or just like watching the series from the green room off camera. But it's like you got to go take a dump. You got to go eat some food. You got to go do this, that. You got to do it in between. So you go walk away, do that. Otherwise, not much. Me, CJ, and Johnny grinded some threes in the morning while we're waiting for everything to get going and doing like pre-show and stuff. And we did it on US East. So CJ played with like 200 ping, but me and Johnny had both very playable ping. And CJ, you know, is still better than us on 200 ping, so it works out. Which caster would you say was the biggest ones LARPer? None of them. What do you mean? You're saying like who's like pretending like they care about ones or pretending like they're a big ones fan? I think everyone was very upfront about their level of knowledge. And it was just a good show. I don't know. No one was a LARPer. No one was trying to be like, you know, implying they had some, you know, level of genius or something that they didn't. I enjoyed very much having you and Johnny cast the Epic Grand Final Series. It hurts to be nice in here, but I didn't get to do it on the mainstream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fear versus Johnny Sins. I did see a lot of people who get insta-timed out saying, why is Johnny Sins on the broadcasts? Also clutched up when Shogun was having internet issues. You were stuck solo. Like I said, we actually knew that Shogun was having issues going into it. And he first commentated with Johnny when Shogun was having issues. And then he was going to commentate with me. And we definitely brought it up how both me and Johnny have had tons of experience solo casting ones, and so that it will not be a big deal if someone drops off, because they're like, oh, should we pull somebody in right away? It's like there's no panic button. Like, it's probably better to have 2 people for RLCS in general, but it's not like a panic they have to commentate by themselves for the rest of the game kind of thing. But also, that was a crazy game. It was game 1 Osoft Zen, right? Where Osoft just kind of like crushed, and it was a very surprising start to the series. Did they pay you? Yes. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? Did they pay me to be on the mainstream? Yeah, for sure. That's people's like jobs. Some people's, as I understand it, basically main or only job is to work on the mainstream. And before Blast took over, it was definitely lots of people's very lucrative jobs, but I think Blast cut it down a little bit. And not to say that they're like being unfair or anything. It's just like, it sounds like the ESL deals were maybe even better. I don't actually know. I don't know how anyone else is getting paid. I get paid for day rates. So they say, come work these 3 days. Here's how much we'll pay you per day. That's how it works. For me, at least. Chat, have you guys looked at the practices? Have you taken a look at the practices? The bracti for Mina and NA? Have you taken a look at the bracti? Is the question I ask you. Because I didn't get to follow as closely as maybe some of you guys did. Got to tab back and forth between the 2 events going on. EU, Mina Swiss. This game's getting boring. Let me go see how Roas is doing in Swiss, etc. I didn't get to do that. Yeah, of course I know who Doug Doug is. Did they pay you as much as Johnny B? Probably not. I don't know for sure, but I would think that long-standing RLCS mainstays, linchpins of the broadcast, a Shogun, a Johnny, should be getting paid more than a Fear. Now, maybe they don't. Maybe they just give everybody the same rate or something. I don't know. But do you and the other casters take notice of how toxic the chat community is in general during an event? The chat after the grand final was absolutely disgusting. Why? Because they want to dunk on Zen? Is that what they were doing? I did not notice, no. My own chat gets that way during big Zen matches. So it doesn't surprise me that people are just like... It's why it means even more that Zen still plays the event, even though it's not really his game mode. Like, the way the community actually can't handle him losing is both embarrassing and an unfortunate part of Zen's career forever. Like, the sky is literally falling if he does manage to lose. But it's enough to convince tons of players not to play. Zen still does. Appreciate that. Who win the Triple Crown now that Zen is unable to? Rivalas is the only one with a close enough chance to even pretend like it's worth putting in my rankings. The other people who theoretically could do it still are Zach from NA. He could do it. He's still in the 1s event, and he won the 2s event for NA. And is that it? Because KV1 did not win the South American 2v2 event. So, I'm trying to think. We still have Mina. Yeah, I think it's just Rawas and Zach. Are they like the only 2? Reveal maybe, but I think Reveal is eliminated by now in the 1s, if he even queued up. So just Zach and Rawas are the only even eligible people. There's a Reddit post, they're like 4. Yeah, but the Reddit post included Yan and Swift, who have both lost now. So, because Yan and Swift won Sam 2s, and then KV1 won. So I think it's just Rawas or Zach. Is that right? Yeah, the now 3 remaining eligible players. This is the post he was referring to. Zach, Killiers. Duh. Yeah, Killiers could do it too. He's still in Mina 1v1. Nas will win double crown. He's gonna win 1s and 3s. It's very possible. Chat, did you guys see who was missing from Mina main event? A pretty notable player. In fact, I would say 2 pretty notable players did not make main event. Players I could have had in the top 8 if I had not known better. One of our most beloved players, Samina. This is for like the couple times that Sam gets a good series or something. I mean, obviously it would have been amazing to have if we were like watch partying the Sam event last weekend, but yeah, Dr. Known and Muhammad. Yeah, both you guys called it out. Dr. Known and Muhammad. So Dr. Known loses to Willie in round 5. He loses to Nush. Happens. Loses to FBI. Happens. I mean, he should probably beat FBI, but FBI is good. Nush is good. But then this is the one that like really needed to be a Dr. Known win. Dr. Known loses to Willie and is not top 16. Like, yeah, he was 2-0 against FBI. I would have Dr. Known favored against FBI, but that's like a good game. Sure, he loses, whatever. He gets Nush, which by the way, we'll check in a second. Why was Nush here? Why was Nush not up here in one of the like 2-0 games? But anyways, Nush takes him down in game 5. Understandable, but then he has to clutch in round 5 and he doesn't. This is the most winnable game of them all. Willie's still pretty good. Just to be clear, Dr. Known against Bang, I have him winning. Dr. Known against Viaziz, I have him winning. Dr. Known against Matar, KJJ. All of these guys Dr. Known should beat, but also Willie. So David at 17 months tier 1. Now Nush, I think, lost early in the practice. And so because he lost early in the practice, I think he started against Nupo today. Yeah, this is where Nush gets his first loss. You guys can't really see. The full screen is on the wrong. Nush loses to Nupo, beats Fasal, beats Matar, and then beats Dr. Known. So Nush looking fairly good, except for the whatever loss he got even before this stage. But then Muhammad of R8, I also would have expected to make it. He loses. He loses to Tiger, or Tiger, I guess. And then who else does he lose to? He loses to TRK, understandable. TRK destroyed his seed. And he loses to Killiers. So that's actually tough. Killiers and TRK, very losable. But then he gets Tiger or Tiger. I don't know. He definitely should have won that one. TRK makes it all the way to here. Who does TRK lose to? He gets matched up against Rawas to start, which is obviously tough. Loses to Rawas. That can happen. Then beats Death. Beats Muhammad. Loses to Rada, dude. Rada's kind of cooking. Rada's looking good, man. Rada is looking good. You guys want to do Mina predictions first? We got an hour till Junch time. Are you going to do NA predictions? Yeah, we can do them both probably right now. I don't think they take super long because 90% of the games we're all pretty confident about. Dr. Known should just not be missing main event regardless of who he's playing. There's just not enough players better than him to miss top 16. Yeah, Dr. Known, yeah, he really shouldn't be. He really shouldn't be missing. You love predicciones? Okay, chat, we got Nupo over Tiger for sure. Dark or Fahad 506? Is Dark the higher seed player here? How does Dark get in? Dark gets in right here at this moment. He beats Willie. He also beats Swizz. But he loses to Bang. Interesting. I never heard of Bang. But Bang made mid event. And he beats Nim 0. So I didn't really... It's not a ton of big games for Dark. You think Rada will win? Like the whole thing? Who wins? Fahad? 506? Or Dark? Fahad 506. This is not the Fahad of old who's like won tournaments of mine and whatnot. This is a different Fahad who I'm trying to see his Swiss run. Oh, there he is. Fahad 506 beats Tex. Okay, that's a good game. Loses to Rada game 5. Beats TF Zoo. I don't know who that is. And then beats Taruk. I mean, that's good. That's a good set of games. I think he's favored against Stark. I think that's why he's up above. I think all the favorites are supposed to be on top, you know, according to their seed. So I think Dark beating him would technically be an upset. I think we all want to see Dark versus Nupo bad enough that we'll probably predict Dark. That we just freaking love Dark in the first place. But I think there's a chance. That's a very losable game for Dark. Killiers should be beating Bang. Who you guys have on Ops or Taruk? It's interesting one to see from the chat. Zach is back, wasn't listening. Did Fear answer your question? Zach's next question is, can we get a timer for when Junch? Junch is in 58 minutes. 58 minutes for the Junch. Taruk is not an option. You only see Truk. Fine. Predict Truk then. Yeah, wow, I'm actually... Here I was thinking I might like surprise you all by being like, I actually think Ops is going to win. And turns out the real surprise is that I have more faith in Taruk than you guys do. Okay, chat, who wins? Nupo or Dark? You typed 1 because everyone was typing 1. I don't know what I'm talking about. Nupo or Dark, chat? You guys love yourselves some Nupo. Oh yeah, this should just be light work for a Nupo. The reigning champ should run it just like Moxie did. 3-0-3-0. Get to the bracket. That's where the real show starts for people like Nupo. Now, here's the question. Clears or Ops? You guys surprised me with your level of belief in Ops a second ago. Let's see where you really stand. Clears. His run is Taruk, Muhammad, Tiger to go 3-0. Ops beats KJJ, loses to Nupo, beats VSZs, beats Bang. Not bad runs, honestly. Both decent runs. I would go with Killiers, though, here. And it seems like you guys would as well. Drops on? I don't think there's any drops right now, right, chat? There might be people, like, lying about it, but I don't think there's any actual drops. If there is, I'd put it in the title. Tiger, Fahad 506. I think I got Fahad 506. Bang? Actually, I've never heard of Bang, I'm gonna be honest. But this is like a winnable game for Bang. I'm gonna put it 3-2. I don't know. Did Bang already beat? Who did Bang beat? Chat, who is Bang and why is he so good at the game? He beat Dark, lost to Nupo, loses to Ops, and then beats VSZs. Yeah, no, I think it's fine picking Taruk here, but... and then I think we probably have Ops. I think we all really like Ops over Fahad. How's about Dark versus Taruk? Dark top 6 or top 8, you guys think? A lot of Dark RLCS runs end here in this GSL stage. Kalir's Ops goes to 5. Yeah, I could very realistically do that, Mentwin. You type DSC 1439, you got Alpha Boost and drops. Did you guys all get the Sky Blue Affluenter? Where'd you get this board? Cody VRL on Twitter has a ton of stuff. I'm gonna at Cody VRL. It's obviously not his link, but I'm just gonna type it like that so you know how to get to it. Dark, dude. Dark top 8. How much are we voting with our hearts, man? I feel like we're doing a lot. Our hearts are doing a lot of heavy lifting here. All right. RW9 beats KJJ. Nush. Might give a game to Warden, to be honest, but I think we're all going to pick him. TRK FBI. This one, you know, if I hesitate even for a moment, then I think it's worth finding out what chat thinks. FBI chat, he's played a good amount of show matches on my stream before. TRK, obviously at one point competing with the best in the world, playing the Fear Fest finale against the Mock. But since then, not as much 1v1 involvement. All right, chat's still heavy in favor of TRK. I don't hate it, obviously. I can dig it. Rada Willie, it just seems like Rada is built diffy right now. So we're just going to put Rada through. KJJ Warden. This is a good match. Could go either way, I feel like. Warden is a up-and-coming youngster. He was a potential next-gen guy when we were thinking we were going to do next-gen. So for fun, I'm going to say the next-gen guy wins. And then I think FBI has Willie beat. I mean, is it, you know, technically we might as well just do these top rows for fun, but I think I know where everyone's going here. When I made a list of the seeds for Mina, Atto responded and he said, hey, where is Nush? Nush isn't in here, and I think he's an actual candidate to win. Top 3, you know, likely. Oh, interesting. Interesting that Atto felt compelled enough to bring it up when he didn't see him there. Nush was just missing on the top 100 leaderboard for some reason, which is why he did not show up in my seeding tweets. But I would expect him to play well. Hello, Eggman! Chat, do you guys think that is a first-time chatter from the mainstream? Do you guys think Panayotis1317 is a first-time chatter who found out about me from the mainstream? Modem? You know, I kind of... On one hand, I'm like, there's no more 1v1 fans to find, right? Like, they've all found it. And if they found it, they probably found Fear. And then on the other hand, I'm like, 20,000 people are watching this right now. You know how many, like, a grand final, even if it's on Johnny's stream, gets? Maybe a fourth of that. Maybe half. Like, it just depends on what kind of game it is. I mean, especially if it's not RLCS, then it's, like, a lot less than that. So it's like, dude, there's a ton of people who either almost never watch ones or are watching ones for the first time, or is it really just everybody collecting together and happening to watch it at the same time is enough to get to 20,000? I don't know. But yeah, it's just important to remember there's people out there who haven't watched any once and are probably just watching for the first time. And they need to hear about how Moxie's good at flicks, you know. We've heard it 1 trillion times, but these people didn't even know that Moxie was good at flicks. They needed us to tell you. Mock had more than mainstream. Yeah, as soon as his game came up, he crushed the mainstream. But when his game was not going, he did not beat the mainstream. Did you miss the NA predictions? No. I have them saved over here. Rada upset? Yeah, I mean, Rada's been cooking. He's been playing a ton of ranked. If you've been watching Moxie streams, you've gotten to watch a good amount of Rada. What's interesting is Rada's undefeated on my channel, which if you come on the stream and you win, you better believe I'm hitting you up again very shortly after, because you never know. Maybe they're the best player to ever play, and if you get them in a few more matches, they'll never ever lose. That being said, Rada has not responded. He like went off the map. He hasn't responded to me ever since his first match playing. Rada did beat TRK. Rada swept TRK in the Swiss. 3-0. How tough was Zen's sunglasses aura farm? Not only was it a good aura farm, it was almost like a good strategy to allow himself to not overthink it. Dosh is playing with Raziers and 2s right now. Sick, dude. He's getting prepped. He's getting warmed up. He's getting ready to game. Cool DSC 1439. That's a DSC with sunglasses on. That was Zen. Do we change this absurdly, offensively long emote name to just Zen? Yeah, I think Rada could win this. I think that last and first time chatter is our guy who pushes us over the edge and says that Rada wins here. And why not? The rematch is still best of 5. It's not a best of 7 now, and it's still kind of off the mainstream. So there's not necessarily that much of a bonus for TRK. Let's give TRK a win here, and then I think we'll have Nush winning in this lowers, although that's not guaranteed. And that takes us to the upper practice. Can we zoom in a little bit? $195 from Descent 9. Yo, Fear, TRK was sleeping 2 hours. Don't worry, he will take the game. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Nupo or Rada? Chat, who wins, Nupo or Rada? I could change Zen to wear the sunglasses instead, though, or Zon. We had tons of surprises in our, top 6 in EU. This would be a somewhat boring top 6. It's interesting to see that the most boring top 6 does not include a Nush, but does have Rawas and Nupo, so it should be that one of the gif of Zen doing the ninja dance. You want to see Rada win here, but it doesn't seem like we will. I think we all have Rawas beating Killiers, right? Does anybody need to see that vote because they think Killiers is getting the upset here? Whatever, let's find out. Maybe somebody's like, oh, I've actually seen Killiers queuing some 1s, which is true. He has moved up the leaderboard, and I feel like the killer has been grinding, and this is his moment. GIF? Oh, sorry, dude. I'm normally so good at switching that. I've been a GIF guy from the dawn of time because my brother said it, and then because they were like, well, the creator of the image format actually thinks it's pronounced GIF. So I had ingrained GIF in, but I'm usually smart enough that in the moment I go, ooh, I want to say GIF, but I'm going to switch it to what everyone else says, GIF. And normally I'm good enough at doing that. And every time I say it, I'm typing question marks in my own head, but I know you guys aren't. So that's why I do it. This time I went with the one that I'm used to, and you guys had to type the question marks. Yeah, I think Rawas wins that one. Ops TRK. I mean, we probably have TRK here as well, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess these are worth predicting. Why not? Why not? Why am I getting ahead of myself? Let me not speak for you. Sleesbury, save the 41 months, tier 1.
At Fearhanoega DSC _ 1439.
Why Noaga? 41 emo fight? I mean, emo fire. You on mobile? Ooh, chat thinks it's a bit of a coin flip if they have Ops or TRK. The boys! We have not quite hype trained yet, to be fair, despite getting tons of subs. Which is not me saying we need to hype train, it's just me moving on from the song Boys, because that's reserved for the hype trains. Okay, here come the TRK votes. People who had the stream open in the other tab heard me say it was close. And they're like, wait, what? Who's it close between two? Nush and Dark? You mean I have to tab back in just to make sure Feer knows? There's no way Ops is beating my goat, TRK. Nush or Dark, chat? Nush and Dark could be cinema. Dark versus anyone could be cinema. No question. You literally just described me, Yaka. Yeah, I think Nush is heavily favored here against the Darkathin. But this will be a good result for Dark. If Dark gets top 8, I mean, that's already hype. Have you or will you ever go drunk Fear casting? Cue everyone in chat joking, when's the next sober stream or whatever, pretending like I'm always drunk. But no, I've never, I don't think I've ever even streamed with like any amount of alcohol in me. Because I don't drink alcohol very often anyways. And I stream early. Why would I ever have alcohol before I stream? Oh, you know what? I did a shoey on stream. So other than the shoey, that'd be the only time. And then chat was trying to say after I drank, you know, half a beer out of a shoe that I was clearly wasted. And that I was in fact streaming drunk, which, let's be honest, it's not the case. DRK and Rada. Now it's best of 7. Sure, we said Rada won the first time 3-0 in Swiss. That's an actual factual truth. Then we had them meet again in the practice, but in best of 5. And we had Rada still winning. Now it's elimination best of 7. Does that change your decision? Is it still Rada? Or in this situation, does TRK take over? Chat's heavy TRK now. They're like, listen, my GOAT doesn't lose on Champ Sunday. My GOAT does not lose on Champ Sunday. Okay, now here's an interesting one that I think, you know, I don't necessarily know where chat's going to go. Kaliers or Nush? Who you guys got? Because sure, Kaliers doesn't play like his twin brother does as much in 1v1. But that doesn't mean he's not good at it. That doesn't mean he can't hang. Doesn't matter. Winner gets 4-0'd by Nupo. This might be the first time that you guys and I disagree. You're trying to say that the MENA top 4 are going to conveniently all make top 4 in 1v1. The MENA 4 are going to be the MENA 4 all the way to the end. What you got to remember is like Osoft broke up the EU 4. We did almost get the full EU 4. Zen, Moxie, Nas, Raziers. But Osoft played better, broke it up. I think I'd have Nush over Kaliers here. I'm going to break up the MENA 4 with Nush. That feels pretty natural. I mean, maybe there's a world in which the big 4 actually do make it and all make it to the semifinals. Proving why they're the big 4 in the first place. RW9 or TRK511? Who you got? I think 1v1 strategies are slowly becoming less niche and more common knowledge for pros. Yeah, ones is starting to be played closer to like how 2s or 3s are played. Like it's a little bit more mechanical and a little bit faster paced. So it's maybe not as much of a change in how they play. I could see that argument being made. Like 1s is just so similar to how everyone would play 2s and 3s anyways. Or more similar. It's obviously very different, but more similar than it used to be. The most famous pros play 1v1 Aga? Of course, dude. Of course, because when you're as good as a Zen, it's like you might as well. Even if you don't know how to play 1v1 at all, you're just so much better than everyone else. That difference will make up for it. It was the 3-1 when these guys played earlier. Chat's probably on like 4-0 levels of voting there, but I'm gonna give TRK 2. Nupo Ernish. RW9 going for the triple crown and ain't nobody gonna stop him.
RW9 going for the triple crown and ain't nobody going to stop him.
Does anyone know why Daniel has disappeared from the 1 scene after dominating for so long? No. We can only speculate. The speculation is probably like burnout. Seems to be burnout in even 3s. And got burnt out of 1s. I think this whole 1 season is also heavily affected by the bots. The bots did kind of like screw up everybody grinding ranked, or anyone who wanted to grind ranked kind of couldn't. So they got messed up by that. Daniel was not playing before the bots were a problem, though. He was already not playing before the bots were an issue. Okay, this is the grand final. Everybody is hoping for, expecting. But does Nupo go back to back? Or does Rawas beat him this time? He was very close to beating him last time. Ross is not as good as he was last year. So you think it's going to be easier for Nupo? Is this for who goes to Worlds? Yes. Yeah. The winner would go to Worlds. Did Daniel create the bots so he's not the only one not grinding? Might be tough to beat those allegations. This is who would go to Worlds. Wait, chat is interestingly what in the cross region? Are you talking about Evo versus Nush? Yeah, Evo's a grinder, dude. He's down to play EU. Stockdale, leave it a 2 months tier 1. NA versus Mina actually works pretty well for the East Coasters. It won't work for you, Cosmic, because you are way too West Coast, but it's actually like kind of fair almost. It's like 90 ping to 90 ping usually.
Elmo Fire.
Nuba's going to win, of course. I'm actually surprised how much you guys are in favor of RW. I thought this would be like 50-50 and we could pretend to do it with a coin flip, but you guys are pretty solidly in favor of the RW9, which is interesting to me. You guys like the RW9 here. Have we seen them play each other at all? Who's got the ranked games for us? Who's been watching a stream here or there and saw them match up against each other that we could base all of our predictions on? Or is it just Falcons fans are that big on the Falcons? Rawas drops 1 game to TRK, otherwise makes it through easy. Nupo drops a game to Nush and to Ops, who are both very good players. And, of course, as we know, Nupo likes to give away the first game. This has been known. Will you be streaming these matches? I get to do the first games in the main event up here because they're on Thursday. But then I'm doing the NA main broadcast, even though sue me, the Mina main broadcast could maybe be better. But they'll never switch it or anything like that. I think the grand finals last year, the grand finals for Mina were on the mainstream. I think it'll be that way again, but I don't know for sure. No, you believe the Mina fans hanging? If the Mina fans want to, no, there's basically nothing they could do. Unfortunately, the Mina fans will get to watch. Cresper is going to be in matches. There's going to be like Arabic streams and stuff. It's not like the game's just going to go unviewed. Okay, I was thinking I could maybe be cheeky by picking Rawas, but I think it's coin flippy. I don't even know who to really go with. You could give this bracket both ways. You guys are going Rawas heavy. I think if someone said, you know, you have to get this right or we take your stream key, I'd be like, oh, if that's the case, then it's just safer to pick Nupo. I think I'd go Nupo, but obviously Moxie wasn't able to repeat, and it's really tough to repeat in general, but does that just magically mean you shouldn't pick the same person? I don't think so. So I don't know. 60-40 isn't that heavy? I don't think it's game 7, max game 6. For what, Nupo? Will be awkward if the World Championship holding region didn't get their grand final streamed. Yeah, it would be a bit weird. Rawasin 4. Give me stream key and I'll improve this channel. Dude, this one, I think that if I had to predict one, I'd predict Nupo, but obviously your guys' Rawas pick is totally fine. And it's gonna be one of these two. We think. But, you know, Nupo struggled weirdly against Nas, and then he lost to Raziers and Red Mob, but he was doing his thing he did last time. And then what he did last time, after like losing a bunch of weird matches you wouldn't expect him to lose, he then dominated when it came time to the match that actually mattered. He crushed. But what is that if not the Marbles music? Right on cue. Feel free to tweet it up. We are going to do, for the next 30 minutes before Nush versus Evo, we're going to do NA. Because NA's practice is actually also ready. But you guys might as well tweet it up in the meantime. Get some ads out of the way. And then we'll do NA predictions. And then we'll do Evo versus Nush. Are you gonna get Osoft in some show matches? I had Osoft in before. Like I said, I'm about to search Osoft feet again. I mean Osoft Feer. Sorry, you guys know why that slipped up. Showing results for soft feet. Search instead for Osoft Feer. Yes, please. Did I not upload his third match? He's played at least 3 matches. On YouTube, it only shows... Oh, no, he played Moxie. Yeah, and I hid his rank there a little bit. So he's lost to Moxie. He's lost to Raziers twice. He's 0 for 3. Like, I do love a good Osoft set of games. What we got to understand is that he is 0 for 3 on my channel. He just played so well in the bracket. He was just so good. He just peaked so correctly at the right time. Give him Rada. Rada versus Osoft. Yeah, I do want to see more Rada, but Rada hasn't responded to me. Like I said, he played 1 match and then says, screw it, I'm done. But that was against you, right? It was Rada Red Mob. And did Rada beat you, Red Mob? Or did you beat him? It was game 5. You like reverse swept him, or you almost reverse swept him. No, you did reverse sweep him. But as everyone sees now, that's a good result. As everyone can see now, a loss to Red Mob in game 5 is pretty good. Not bad. I was glad to have CJ, dude. CJ just joined in on the train, man. And he did not need to. It's actually so funny. Going into the green room before the games, I was like, I wasn't sure what people were going to think about Red Mob. I wasn't sure how much I was going to be the only person aware of how good he was and like how long I was gonna have to fight for him by myself. But I get in, and very quickly,
Holy DSC
everybody, at least CJ and Johnny for sure,
Feer stream WW at
totally
Feer
know.
+2.
Like they're just like, yeah, and Red Mob, like Red Mob, Braziers, Zen, Moxie, Nas. Yep, clear top 5. I'm like, yeah, I agree, but I didn't know you guys would agree. And I thought maybe I'd have to try and convince you. No. And then we get on and we go live, and I'm like, wait a second, am I the second biggest Red Mob fan? Because CJ's out here like the biggest Red Mob fan. And I didn't think this was possible. Halim Boy, they were the 10 months, by the way. Yeah, but what I did not do, which CJ did, is predicted Red Mob in some games that he was a bit of an underdog. I instead went with the favorites. And in my defense,
I remember when the Bomber made his debut here.
Yeah, dude. The 9 to 5-a-thon. Yeah, chat was mad at me. I was like, if Red Mob wins a game I don't predict him, I'm gonna look so stupid, but I think I predicted Red Mob's matches perfectly, so I'm fine. I'm off the hook. He won all the ones I thought he would, and he lost the ones I thought he might lose. Top 4 was possible. You should have done better, but top 6 is not too bad. I mean, you lost to Nas and Moxie, dude, right? Like, those were your 2 losses. You lost to Nas, the champ, and you lost to Moxie, who's Moxie. Like, that's just a tough break. Now, if you get a better bracket, like, there's a world in which you get top 4 with those guys instead of Osoft, right? Like, instead of having to play, I mean, I guess you have to beat, like, a Zen. So, like, Osoft beat Zen to get there. That's how he got there. So, you would have had to beat, like, a Moxie or someone similar. Nas impresses me genuinely every time he's on that sidewall. I literally close my eyes and wait for the goal sound to play. Yeah, it is pretty wild what he's able to do. Chronic cooked Diaz, thus he should win NA RLCS. You know what? When I saw Chronic's result against Diaz, my first thought was, I wish I had RLDuels.gg, because I think Chronic has like a pretty good matchup against Diaz. As far as the rest of NA, who just gets cooked by him, especially relative to how Chronic is. Like, Chronic hasn't in a long time been the #1 guy. He's even been like down like 2, 3, 4. But his direct matchup with Diaz is actually quite good. So he's like the Diaz stopper. Why has RL Duels been inactive? They just stopped updating it. The manpower behind it, who was putting in every single match, decided, hey, I'm getting absolutely nothing for this at all, and it's costing me money. So I think I'm just gonna stop doing it, which is liable to happen at any time. What I do think they would do though, chat, and I'm gonna say type 1, but you guys love typing 1 so much that before I even say what it is, there's gonna be at least 3 or 4 people who've already typed 1. But type 1, if and only if you'd actually do data entry for the site. Because I bet if I connected some people to them who are willing to do data entry and add all of the games in there, it would be revived. Now chat's spamming 2s because they realize I'm asking them to do work. But Random Gamer is still spamming 1s. And McPoogle is spamming 1s. So I bet if Random Gamer and McPoogle, all we need is a couple people. All we need is a couple people who would do it. And then it would be fresh. So can you guys DM me on Discord? If you just heard me say that and you're like, yeah, I would enter in data, DM me on Discord. Because at this point, for a while, they were hesitant to give out like admin passwords that could like add games in. But surely at this point, it's just dead. And so giving a couple people who might screw it up admin passwords has got to be better than the inverse, which is just a fully dead project that nobody can use. So I might be able to connect you guys and be like, hey, let these people add games in. So, but DM me on Discord about it, because I'll forget right now, and I'm going to create a group chat with all the people who want to get a access code to add data with the guys who made it. DMs off for non-friends. At me in my Discord, and we'll become friends on Discord, and then we'll figure it all out. But also, I don't have my DMs off for non-friends. Not to get myself tons of spam, but you can DM me without being a friend. I don't want to do that, but I would like to be in the Discord group. Really? Did you block me? Did I block Chai Chai? Who knows? Maybe. I don't think so, but. Okay, you guys want to do NA? Or you guys want to do marbles? Don't lie. Oh, we can't do marbles. We only have 90 people. You sent my wedding photos in DMs? Exactly. Jorgen knows how to DM. Send friend request first and start the conversation once they've accepted. I might have declined you once upon a time. Get absolutely dunked on. Type in general, and I'll see. I just got a message request. I can't tell if this person is joking or Arjun actually would do. See, great, perfect. I'm getting the DMs are coming in left and right. Okay, we have enough marbles. We'll run marbles again. That's right. Never say I don't give the people what they want. And then we'll do NA predictions, and then we'll do Nush versus Evo. You never give the people what they want. I'm sorry, what are we doing right now? What is the data entry for? rlduels.gg is a website that was really useful and fun to look at. It gave like ELO to all the 1v1ers, and it allowed you to click on names, see histories of certain matchups between certain players. It's just a great resource, but it requires somebody to go in and do the work of adding a match in when it happens. So it's like a year out of date now. Just to be clear, those people who are saying they would be down to add games are maybe also gonna have to add games for the past year. Does that sound fun? Adding historic games for the past year, does that sound like a good time? Hopefully it still does, because that's what we would need to bring it back up to speed. MMH Crew Mars! We got a new mom, short-lived mom for Duke of Sims, sorry. Yeah, I'll just use AI, it'll be fine. I think it won't be fine, but... Is there a commission? No, there isn't. I can't even tell a lie. If it does not sound like something you want to do with your extra free time, please just say no. I don't blame you. Why does people have red messages? Did they switch the message thing from green to red? I don't understand why this says red. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, why is Koi's message red? And then this guy has got no message, but then Stockdale has green. Anyways, respect to his Hami, who we will not see. Oh, I did YouTube intro song for you instead of the salutes. But now it's time for a little predicciones. Let's take a look at the North American practice. We're through the Swiss stage and on to the top 16. And there's a lot of familiar faces over here in North America. Some you know and love. Some you wish were here and are not. Think NRG. But someone will have to win and someone will be going to land. Who will it be? FYI, I am in chat. Zach is in chat. Is that going to change how you guys predict? Are you guys going to be weird about it because Zach is here? Be honest. We barely even needed to vote for this one. I think Wavy's got the matchup against Cosmic and is in more form. I get the sense Cosmic had to kind of limp in with losses to Nightya and Bora. Cosmic kind of limped in Not like his, what, top 4 or something finish that he did last time. He had a good finish last time. Bora is obviously not as bad of a loss as it maybe once was, but it still is a bit of a limp by Cosmic standards. What about 5-up and our #1 overall seed, Zatch? Zatch. Let's see. He lost his seed, which I think he lost to somebody. Because I don't think that's where you go if you're #1 overall. Yeah, he lost to Wavy. He got swept by Wavy. And then beat Solar, beat Magic Bear, and beat Skippy, dropping only 1 game to Solar. So he got beat by Wavy, nice and good. But then... Dude, wait, why do you have to play Wavy again? What? What a scam. What the heck? How is this like how it works out? Wait, Zach, did you lose? Why are you playing Wavy? Zach, hey. Zach, be honest. Did you lose early? Did you lose early? You lost to Cosmic Day 2. Can't be doing that, man. Can't be doing that. Okay. Zach really lost his seed by losing to Cosmic. You had to play 64th seed Cosmic? Oh, yeah, Cosmic was low. He shouldn't be that low. What can you do? What can you do? Evo Forky, chat. Who thinks he goes Forko mode on Evo? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I don't think Forko mode makes it through Evo. All right, the Zap Dasher or Nightya. Wait, where did Alpha Kep lose? I'm only just now remembering that he must have played. Day 2? He didn't even make Swiss? He lost to Tricky, and who else? Tricky's a expected loss. Nikoi? Who's Nikoi? Did you typo something, or is it literally a player N-I-C-O-Y? Nikoi. Nikoi is hard ones main. I mean, Tricky's an expected loss. Tricky's pretty good and is much more in form and plays the game harder. It seems still tries to qual for, I guess Alpha Kep still tries to qual for stuff too, but he definitely mains yelling to chat for 10 gifted over, I guess Tricky streams as well though. So either way, I think Tricky's favorite in that matchup. Cosmic and 5-up. I think Cosmic is in the lead on this one. Forky Nightya. Dude, I don't know. Do you guys have Forko mode or do you have Nightya? Nightya's pretty good. Forky grinded up high, but Decoy lost game 5 to Tricky on qual match, so he almost made it. Yelling to chat for subs, so you? No, I'm not yelling for subs because we're in the green. Only to yell for subs if we're in the green. And I don't really yell for subs so much as I put on my disappointed dad voice and say, sorry guys, no ice cream today. You haven't been good. Yeah, no, you guys weren't good listeners, so I can't let you have ice cream today. Except for the ice cream is marbles. You guys have Forko mode? For real? I think this could be a toss-up. Nightya is very good. All right, Zach, convince us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you convince us before the poll goes live. Zach, why are you winning the rematch? Why Is it different this time around? See ya in lowers. Okay. Zach's attempt to convince us that he'll beat Wavy this time around was see ya in lowers. Is he being a humble king and you actually think that he'll take him down this time? Or do you just agree? I haven't seen Zach play yet. I mean, literally, Zach has never played on my stream. And I haven't seen Zach play in forever. Now, I've seen Scribbles play. Scribbles was pretty good. Scribbles was always the kind of player I wished played more ones and would play on the stream more. I had trying to get Scribbles on for a while. All of the SSG guys are great examples of players who have historically become very good ones players. But Scribbles didn't really want to play that much. Zach doesn't want to play at all. So I haven't been able to, you know, get a great read. I think Zach could win more of these just based on what I've seen from results and leaderboard, but he thinks he's not winning. Wavy's Wavy after all. How about Evo a Zapatos? The shoe! Hey, Fear, I'm not in your Discord. But you'd be down to help with the RL Duels thing? Alright, sick, dude. Do you have Discord? Because you kind of will need it. I just messaged you my Discord name. So even if you're not in my Discord, you should still be able to, like, add me. Kind of funny how Zen's teammates didn't even make Swiss in both 1v1 and 2v2 while he was a finalist and winner in both. Yeah. Yep. Zen is pretty good. Yeah, I think I got Evo favored against the Zap Dasher as well, chat. The Zap Dasher, dude, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. You just never know. A Zapatos or S5 Cosmic. And A Zapatos, who's borderline not even playing the game anymore, not competing. This is his last tournament. Zach is back. They've been gifted to Arjun. Or an S5 Cosmic, who is still competing, as far as I'm aware. Do you have the Sentio making top 8? Rusty Zapdos still looks pretty good, but Cosmic is Cosmic. Chat, are you voting with your hearts or your minds or your Sentios? The Shoe Man is better. Chat voting with their hearts. I think that... Let's look at their Swisses. So, I think all these considered, Cosmic had a very good run last time around, and by all means, should be favored in this matchup. I wonder if they played in the last event. But who did Cosmic play? He lost to Nightya, he lost to Bora, but he beat LJ, beat Jacob, and beat Mech. Ooh, he kept Mech out. Whereas the Zap Dasher beat Cheese. Wait, pretty good. Cheese is pretty good. It's a pretty good win. Got a game off of Wavy but lost. Beat Mystical. And then beat Wiz, who is also pretty good. I actually like Zapatos' Swiss run better. I could see it. I like his Swiss run better. Here's the problem. Is Zapatos here? Someone check. Someone check. I'm trying to tab complete his name and I'm not getting it. Okay. No, he could get to the VOD. I'm just gonna predict Zapatos. I'm just gonna predict Zapatos to win. Never doubted the man in my life. How about Zach and Forky? I'll tell you guys my secret opinion that I've not told you after the event. I don't want somehow someone's gonna DM Zapatos a clip. I don't want to give away the secrets just yet. Guys, Forco mode or Zach? I'm seeing way too many twos. I'm not seeing enough twos. Can I get more twos in the chats? Why is Zach voting himself? Imagine looking into the eyes of the Forco mode and not picking him to win this one. No, we're running out of time. We have 9 minutes. Zach's gonna win this one. I'm just trying to decide if Forky gets a game. I'm gonna give him a game for the fans, for the Forco mode. Okay, chat. We gotta speedrun this one. We gotta speedrun this side of the practice because we got 9 minutes to game time and we haven't even done the bracket yet. Down in lowers. Okay. Here's a good way to speedrun. We could just do 3-0 for Diaz, and then before we find out who Diaz is playing, we could just type 3-0 in, just to kind of get Diaz out of the way. Then we'll put first killer through probably, right? Against Cheese. Chronic or AJ? Dude, how many times do these guys have to 1v1 each other? 20 years from now, upper quarterfinals of the NA 1v1 bracket, it's Chronic. It's AJ. They've now played 59,000 times. The record, perfectly split down the middle, trading all matches against each other. But this one, Chronic wins. Bora or Wiz? Diaz is actually, by the way, shown more signs of weakness than I would like recently, but I still think I'd end up predicting him. Bora has beaten Wiz recently. We'll give that to the show match winner, Chronic. He's got both the talent, the experience, and the history. We have him beating Bora. Cheese could lose to Loxy. Loxy's good, but I'm going to give it to Cheese. AJ beats Wiz. First killer AJ. Oh, AJ, would you like to play another matchup you've played a trillion times? But first killer wins this one. He's won it more historically, and he wins it this time. Bora and Cheese. Okay, I'll let you guys vote. We do still have some time. If you guys saw Bora and Cheese play each other, who do you have win? Bora had a good Swiss. Bora, at least that's what I remember. Bora, what did he do? Where'd he go? Beat Loxy, beat Cosmic, only lost to Evo, then beat Lunar Brawler. Cheese loses to the Zap Dasher, beats Zikoi 31. I don't know who that is. Loses to Skippy, beats Mystical, beats Polar. I like Bora's run better. I like Bora's run better. All right, 6 minutes. Let me make sure that we're not missing out on anything. Ooh, Wavy Diaz. We'll leave that. Chronic Evo. Ooh, wait a second. Zapatos Bora. The Zap Dasher versus Bora. Wait a second. All of a sudden, these are good series. Do we need to get you guys to predict all of them? We have such little time. Okay, it's speedrun. Wavy Diaz. Lock in chat. In fact, I need to make sure you guys know where we need to be locked in. This is speedrun predictions. Do you have Wavy or do you have Diaz? Quick! Think about the historic matchups between the both of them. Chat wants Diaz. I can see it. Okay, next. Who wins? Chronic or Evo? They've played 1 trillion times against each other. They've been in the top since the dawn of time. Evo has probably looked like the better 1v1er recently, Chronic has better tournament finishes probably historically, even though Evo got a second in Salt Mine. Chronic's got a win. Oh, sorry. They both have a Salt Mine win. Or Chronic has a Salt Mine win. Evo has a Salt Mine second. I think Evo's been looking better. Zapatos or Bora? The Shoe Man. How far does the Mr. Shoe himself go? Zapatos or Bora? Okay, I can see a world in which Zapatos wins. I think it's close. Your number 1 seed in the tournament, facing up against but a measly number 10 seed in First Killer. Who do you guys have? The number 1 seed, Zach? Or but a human, the number 10 seed First Killer? Interesting. What did Zach vote? He voted question marks. We don't have time? But the thing is, chat didn't pick the right choice. So I'm waiting for them to pick the right choice. Chat picked Zach. I think I would have picked First Killer. I don't know if you guys are getting, you know, persuaded by the fact that he's here. I guess I haven't seen them play each other, but it's hard to predict against First Killer in an NA1's tournament. Wavy or A Zapatos? Wavy has historically had trouble with A Zapatos. You guys don't care. You guys don't care. He won't have trouble this time, you say. Okay. The dream run from Zach continues. He has to play yet another one of the NA 1v1 historical demons. I put the wrong name and I was looking ahead. Chronic Zach. Who wins? Chronic or Zach? At this point, these are your guys' predictions. You're gonna have Zach beat Chronic as well. So far, of the contenders that Zach has played as his number 1 seed, he lost to Cosmic, who is a non-contender, I would say. And then he played Wavy, a contender, lost. Then beat Solar, beat Magic Bear, beat Skippy, all non-contenders. So this would be his next match against a contender. You guys had him beating First Killer, a contender. And you're saying he'll do it again. Watch me do it again. I would have probably First Killer winning both these. I'd have First Killer in place of Zach's. Hey, I like I said, I'd love to see Zach do well. Not trying to be a Zach hater. But I have to predict from my vast knowledge of 1v1 and what I've seen, and that would be First Killer winning. Evo or Wavy? We have 1 minute. Who wins in Evo versus Wavy? I'm getting messages in game. I think Wavy wins. Okay, Diaz Zach. This one should be quick. Who wins, Diaz versus Zach? Diaz does. I'm trying to wait to see just how far your Zach belief goes. And then the rematch, Diaz versus Wavy, but now it's in the grand finals. You guys have Diaz being your champion yet again, dude. Diaz walking it in the park. In fact, you guys have him like destroying. I think the only difference that I would make here is like that. Swapping Diaz or swapping First Killer and Zach. But you never know. Zach got that #1 seed for a reason. Technically, still one of the only players alive in the Triple Crown fight. Could SSG win 3s? Zach and Reveal win 2s, and he win 1s? It's possible. Okay. Let's see if these guys want best of 7. They've been playing a lot of best of 7s whenever practicing for RLCS. So there's actually a world in which they say, "Give me best of 7." We gotta get ads out while we wait for Evo, who picked this time. You never really know. We might have another match after. Let's see. Is my EU goat here? Is my EU goat still in chat? Vacanus, your NA. Let me see here. First, let's check with Evo for this match. Casualtron, maybe the 15 months prime. And then let me think about an EU gamer. Dude, the thing is the EU gamers are all going to be so over 1v1. Like, if you thought they weren't over before. But you know who would maybe just go again? When will the match start? 50 seconds. Surely Evo logs in. He just went from being not in-game to in-game. We might have an RW9 match after, chat. Potential RW9 after. Let's get Evo in this party. Yo, Big Stick Dick. Thank you for the raid. A party of 5 million, baby. Let's see, 5 or 7 gamers. Everyone come follow Big Stick Nick. I'll be the first to hit the follow button. Except for not really have to get this match started. Oh wait, dude. Let me send a friend request. I accidentally I hate having little Discord notifications. And so I just ignored a friend request, which was probably from somebody who wants to do data entry. Okay, 5 it is. I think their name was Jack. Jack something. Can you add me again, or is that even possible? Have I lost you forever now that I've ignored once? All right, 5 first server or test, because obviously they're both playing kind of an away-ish type server. I said first server or test. Evo said KK. Was not a yes or no question. Don't know which one to do. Do you want to test the server? Problem is I always ask, do you want to test the server or do you want to take the first one? And they always just say yes. And then I don't know which one they're... No need. Evo? You just want to rip the first EU server you get. Okay. No server testing. Let's game. Shot, here we go. It's a cross-region matchup, and it's a warm-up for both these guys. It's Nush and Evo playing in a bit of EU servers 1v1 as they prep for their RLCS matches. We already know who's going to be representing EU and South America. If you wanted to find out, and for some reason you weren't watching either one of the broadcasts or looking up on Wikipedia, you are definitely going to get spoiled here today. So bail now if so, but if not, the big Nassim Bali qualifying from EU to represent Europe, and KV1. We actually haven't talked about it too much on today's stream, but KV1, the 1v1 legend, actually playing Wisty in the grand final. So neither Yan nor Swift, who I thought were both going to be in the grand final, playing over in Sam, and then KV1's actually going to represent South America. So kickoff V1 has returned to the biggest stage. Now we need to find out who from MENA and who from North America are going to be playing. Evo, one of the few candidates to potentially win over in North America. I would say those include Diaz, Wavy, First Killer, Evo, Chronic, and then we're starting to extend past people who could reasonably win. KV1 has given me, I mean, maybe Zach. We don't really know about Zach, but he came in as the #1 seed, and we've yet to really see him on the biggest stage of ones. But those are the big players to look for. And the reason why that list is so long, normally the list isn't very long. Normally for someone like NA, the list is one name long. Just Diaz is just going to do it again. But we're not sure. After KV1 showing that the unlikely could happen, maybe we'll see some underdogs have a good run. Nush is probably not on your list of players necessarily who could win in EU, but he was on Atto's list. As I tweeted out the top MENA seeds, Atto quickly said, hey, where's Nush? I don't see Nush on here. Nush, for whatever reason, was hiding on the leaderboard, but he came in at around the 6 or 7-ish seed, I believe. But he said, I have Nush at least, top 3. Basically, he has Nupo, Rawasa, and then Nush. So Nush could be somebody who's making a run at the right time here in this MENA bracket. But most people are looking at a Nupo or a Rawasa win over in MENA. Evo cooking here on his away servers. And it is slightly more away for him than it is for Nush. 104 ping for Evo and 100 for Nush. I actually looked up to see on YouTube if these guys had played each other before, because I thought, Nush has played a ton of games. Evo has played more games than anybody else. There's no, more preferred cross-region matchup than NA versus MENA. We run that a decent amount here on the stream. But no, according to my quick lookup, Nush and Evo have never played each other before. This is a first-time matchup between the both of them as Evo saves this into the crossbar and keeps it out. And in general, when you see a MENA versus NA matchup, you have to expect a Mina win. I don't even know what else to say. The thing is, the Mina players are so much more used to playing on EU servers as Nush goes up for an air dribble bump. Assuming that you don't give a really unfavorable seeded matchup in the first place, assuming they're generally of the same level, which I think Nush is quite good in Mina, Evo is quite good in the NA servers. It's just such a big advantage for the Mina guys to play on this ranked server that they play all the time, EU. Whereas Evo never has to leave his little 8-ping safety net if he doesn't want to. He can queue almost every single one of his Rocket League games without ever scratching double-digit ping, which leads to a level of comfort with that does not translate well when you randomly have to jump into a match against another good player on triple-digit ping. So in general, it's a big advantage for the Mina players to play these cross-region server games, which is why you can give the Mina player a bit of a buff, I would say, going into any match. So it's a good sign that Evo has started off in lead and in big-time control of this game number 1, up 4-1. He misses his flick. He's going to bring it back to his own back wall to reset here. Nush is a very volatile player. Keeping him to just a single goal is quite impressive. And that's actually the big jump that we've seen Evo make in this one's game, is a improved defense. Once upon a time, a little bit too focused on offense, has really been able to shore up his goal line defense, his defense in general, and he's playing a great bit of keep away. He's got it up 5-1 against Nush. Nush just gifted Evo a resets by flipping in front of him. What a save from Evo. Evo diving again. Does he make yet another save? No. Surely it has to end at some point. Evo cannot continue to make impossible save after impossible save. One day, maybe they're going to add the stats to, going to add ping to the stats API as Nush takes a wall to air dribble, reset low 50, makes it 3. And I just cannot wait to add that to my overlay. I know it's a question that gets asked a ton in these cross-region matchups. Nush going to try and keep this in the air and away from Evo. Wanted to catch and flick, but lost control of it on the wave dash. Demo on the recovery, though. 33 seconds. Nush could get something going here. Gets up into the air, tries to go for a bump. Evo does not dodge it, so just like that, did a lot of hyping up of Evo and how well he's performing on these EU servers to start the series. But Nush is now a kickoff goal away from bringing it right back to equal. Interesting, a delay kickoff from both. Nush ends up hitting the ball first, but wave dashing through to get a demo. And now it's up to the air. Lean back reset. Evo has pre-jumped back down to the ground. Evo gets 50'd. And just like that, Nush never gives up and brings it all the way back. I was commending Evo's defense. It has looked to have a lot more holes since I talked about how good it was. Good read from Nush. And another kickoff win, too. I feel like Nush has been getting a ton of these in his favor. Nush reset, challenged by Evo, kept it in a playable position. Air rolls. Oh my goodness, Evo. Oh, that would have been such an insane follow-up save. The fact that Evo even got back to this one, we're not going to be able to see it because his POV gets taken away when he leaves the server, but that was ridiculous. Ultimately, though, Nush does win game number 1 in this best of 5 against Evo. Oh, and I have the bug. Oh, no, I don't. Did they fix it? It looked like I had it for a second there, but then they gave me the ready up ability. Game number 2. Nush and Evo. Huge kickoff win. This is just a ridiculous streak now for Nush. I think he was down 5-1 and then scored 5 straight to win 6-5 and has now added another one on top of it into the next game. Evo has his sky blue affluenter. Nush also has his. Have we seen either one of these wear it before, or were they watching the Jinxie tourney? Don't lie. Type 1 in chat if you had the Jinxie tournament up, because you did not want to miss out on your opportunity to get the sky blue affluenter. I am expecting it to drop in popularity a little bit, but we'll see. You can buy it in the shop right now. Dude, Rocket League is just doing all the right things right now. Like, they see a decal become popular. Burbo, they've done 19 months tier 1. And you know what they could have done? And it would have been terrible PR. Everyone would have hated them for it. Is been like, oh, this old limited time item that everybody wants, we're going to bring it back for $22. And you can buy it for $22. And everyone will be like, oh my goodness. Oh, they're just trying to get money. But instead, nice air dribble resets. Instead of doing that, they did the 300 IQ thing, which is they gave it out for free for Twitch drops first and then put it in. So now you can't complain. You could have just gotten it for free if you had just pulled up the stream. Anyways, I actually think it's just like a friendly way to do it for the community anyways. And in general, they seem to be making the right choices recently. And I like that. Nush trying to show he can do the DS challenge as well. It's like, at this point, I cannot be stopped. I might as well prove I can do it from any part of the field. As he heads to his back wall. Evo is somehow convinced Nush to miss here at least. Nush. Oh, what a bump. Nush gets the reset and then side flip bumps. I think that camera switch up is just a bug that can happen sometimes when you get resets. I don't get resets, so I couldn't tell you. But I have seen that camera move, and he somehow manages to get a side flip to bump here. Dude, Evo had such a good start. Evo had such a good start. And he's insta-calling next. That's the earliest next call I've ever seen. He just lost a game in which he led by about 5 goals with less time on the clock. And he just called next, down 5-0 with so much time to spare. Game number 3. Nush and Evo. Evo has been pretty good at rebounding from his forfeits. The only thing I can say, that was not a good forfeit by any means. But here he is in the lead in game number 3. Evo catching a demo on the back wall. He's going to make it 2-0. Evo staring down at Nush. Seemed like he wanted to get a touch on the ball to kill the bounce. Didn't. And will now have to rotate back. Evo, couple chain dashes, gets out the ball out ahead, and now what is going on in this series? Evo goes up 5-1, just truly dominating, then gets cooked 5-0 in the next game. Well, after Nush makes a 5-0 comeback, then adds 5 more on top to win the second game as well. Followed up now by 3 straight for Evo. Somebody needs to find some semblance of consistency. Evo lacking power on the flick. Will be able to get the boost steal though. Dunks this one away and was dreaming of an angle off the backboard that was never available. Nush up so early, convincing Evo to go down to the ground, and then Nush still manages to get a great challenge. Evo, I think, wanted a demo there. Nush flips away from that, gets a reset, cannot put it back on target. It's about to be so impressive. Nice demo dodge from Evo, who is trying to play quickly. Both these guys turning the speed up to 11. Evo survives the bump and uses it as a way to get pushed forward and make his play. Great soft touch from Evo. Then down to the ground. What's going on? The difference is that when Nush was down this big, he locked in and won the game. But when Evo was down similarly, he went to next. We'll see if Evo scores one more. That is, you know, technically the same thing. But I doubt we're going to see Nush leave early. We'll never really know until it happens. But Nush air dribble. Blocked. Evo has boost. Seems to be dancing. Seems to be kind of expecting a bump play that does eventually happen. And there's the 5-0. But I can't imagine we're getting another forfeit. At least not yet. It's going to have to be more. If Evo didn't forfeit, it would have been 5-5. That is important to think about. Nush was up 5-0 with 3+ minutes left to go. And Evo has now scored 5 straight. That's not a word. Evo has now scored 5 straight within 2 minutes. Now, just to be clear, there's a good chance Nush plays differently if he's up 5-0 and just needs to secure his lead a little bit. Like, he might not dive as much, as opposed to a new game where Evo goes up 1-0. Nush is cheating. And now Nush is going to go next. What is going on? What is going on? 6 straight for Evo. What is happening on this field in front of me as Evo's on the board in the series? This is the fastest best of 5 I've ever seen. If Nush gets another forfeit in 2 minutes, we're gonna have a record. Game number 4. Nush is pulling out the big guns. He's pulling out the bull and the bomb. I don't know what it is, but he's been using this preset for RLCS, I feel like. Really more often than anything else. Evo trying to get his 7th straight goal in a row. Connecting into the last game. But that's apparently not how this series works. Nice recovery. Nush backed off into the midfield. And forfeiting is genius. If only Evo could forfeit again. He might have a play to forfeit right now. Just forfeit immediately. Let the person who scores first get the goal and just get into the next game. But he would give up the series if he forfeit now. Delay kickoff from Evo. Let's chip the ball straight up. Doing a little camera check to see what Nush is up to. Nush misses. Overshoots it, expecting Evo to go quickly, and now we finally have a back and forth game. Maybe, just maybe, someone will score only once in a row. Delay wave dash from Evo. Nush really just kind of gifted a free ball here. I mean, it feels like this should have been Evo's, you know, play to decide what happens, but he gets a little bit overexcited about the boost, pushes through early, and then is not ready to actually connect on the ball. Reset wave dash. Able to get a 3rd. The wall to air dribble, side wall to air dribble type plays are very common over in NA1s. And apparently some MENA ones as well. Evo does a good amount of, like, it feels like slightly missing the wave dash and doing 360s or 180s because of it. But if he does it enough times, it's, you know, time to start expecting it. And maybe saying he's doing it on purpose, although there would be no reason to do it when he just did it a second ago. Nush. Reset side flip. This is not a way that players use their reset very often. Getting a side flip to continue the play. He got a bump on Evo previously with it. This time uses it to shoot the ball over the top. And now it's starting to return to the series we saw before. A very one-sided back and forth series. Evo has to realize that he's gotten 6 straight goals before, so he's totally capable of locking in. Needs to somehow find a way to convince himself that he has forfeited and that he's now started a new game, and needs to just play it like it's the new game. Evo waiting until Nush falls off the back wall before flipping. I genuinely believe I'm better than Nush. That's a great first time chat. Everyone type how many goals you think Nush would win by against that first time chatter. Ooh, you know what? I should be more forgiving of chatters, because if RevMob had come in and said, I genuinely think I could beat Nush, I mean, he'd be right. He probably could. It'd be a close match. Evo, that's a great double reset. Oh, try to delay kickoff, and Nush got just enough height. You don't normally get height if you're trying to expect a 50, so Nush very likely read the fake kickoff here and jumped late in order to make sure he was underneath the ball and to chip it in the air. The position where you chip the ball is not a good position to win a 50 if the other player is actually arriving at the kickoff. Evo taking on the full field dribble, fakes, and actually was only going to score with the fake. I feel like if he had made good contact, he might have actually been shooting it over the top. So the fake is actually better than the alternative. It actually blue trail, so Nush helps it in. Nush. Air dribble not protected. Able to hit it around one and make it 7-5. I think the last time somebody said they could beat someone in a show match, I think I made them play me first, because I had a feeling that I could maybe even still beat them myself, even though they think they can beat pros. I do think I lost, though. So they were right that they could at least beat me. But that's not what they said. They were implying they could beat pros. Nush leaning back for the reset, waiting this out. Evo somehow still covered the ground. He's got a minute 20 to make up his 2-goal deficit now, and I really like his first touch, but not able to grab the reset, and Nush will counter, so it's going to be 3 goals. Evo will stick it out, though. Still going to be quite a fast series if Nush confirms it. We skipped 6 minutes of gameplay as both players ended up forfeiting, I think, with 3 minutes on the clock. Nush might have had a little bit less, maybe 2 something. Demo, Evo should be able to pick up another demo. Ooh, I feel like players are predictable and they always spawn on the 100 boost on the opposite side, but Nush actually stayed back on the near side and got the boost there. And then was able to respawn, make the save, could ice it out here. Ooh, tried to fake it, but it was bouncing off. Evo thought maybe a dive right away, I think. Plus he had low boost, so might as well side flip, pop the ball, but not going to work out. This dribble has to be a goal, and if it's not, we'll probably see a forfeit. but you never know. Evo gets it in! This is not an easy one. In fact, instantly Nush drops the nice one. Dribble from the back corner over the top of Nush. This angle's not free by any means, but Evo finds a way to get it. Now needs 2 kickoff goals in his favor. Evo pushed back Nush. Snags the 100. And it's just going to wait out the 10 seconds. Nush wants to win the match, so he just hovers behind the ball and waits for Evo to dive in. Evo's not calling next, though. He now believes in himself to make 3 goals in 5 seconds, even though he didn't believe in himself to get 5 in 3 minutes. And then he went and did it in 2 minutes in the next game. Demo! Nush is having none of that. Not a bad performance from Evo. He had 1 game stolen from him. The game 1 was tough. This could easily be game 5 right here if he just didn't let that game 1 get stolen. GG's! Nush is your champion of the show match. 3-1. No pogos. We didn't have any time left. We could potentially have Evo back. We'll have to see. I'm guessing Nush probably dropped off. It's late for him. When do we get to see more 1v1s? We should see some more 1v1s in about 30 minutes or so. We should be able to find somebody who would give RW9 a warm-up series. Let's see if this guy would do it. He might not be burnt out because he didn't get to play. Prince MWRL. We perma you. Well, first off, you can't play Nush. You called Nush out. I don't think Nush isn't in the party. I don't think Nush wants to play you. That's why I had the other person play me too, because it's like, you can't beat me. You definitely can't beat the pro. Feer versus Zimmy show match. Me versus Rawas. But on West Ping, I'd score once. Maybe. Maybe. Chat, someone sound the mob alarm. Think he'd be down a game? Surely that kid deserves a break. I couldn't possibly ask him to play another match. Wouldn't it make sense for it to be me versus Zimmy since he hates me? True. Is he really live? Well, that's just good content then. It'd be ill-advised of me to... Wait, he's playing Rawas right now. What are we doing in my stream if the mob has been live this whole time? Is he even skipping the copywritten music? Mob, would you 1v1 RW9? Think of the stream content. I think he'll say yes. As you guys can see, my default badge is Prime Gaming. To be fair, in the Rocket League channels, I can't hide anyways, so I do usually turn my partner badge on. You guys think RebMob checks his chat? Think he's good at reading it? Drop some subs? Chat, go follow RebMob right now if you haven't already. RebMob RL. How do you do the actual like announcement or whatever? Or like the official shout out? Is it just shout out? Shout out RebMob RL. Dude, he's using the real affluenter. I wish he would have just stuck with his TV one. Dude, there's no way we get we're not gonna get eagled by the mob. I'm sure of it. He was just, we haven't seen a goal. He's clearly no mic, or he's incredibly dialed right now. One of the two. Pep Siegel, Fear said you're washed. His words, not mine. Pep Siegel, are you fiending for a perma? What is going on here? Let's perma Scythe as well, dude. Of course, we joined at the most tense lobby I've ever seen. RebMob versus RW9. Oh, RW9. Rawas hits the game winner at 0 seconds. Disaster strikes on the mob stream. You made him lose, by the way. He says, I don't mind. I'll play. Of course he will. RebMob's never said no in his entire life, bro. He has a sickness. Wait, I also asked someone else in this lobby. I just want this lobby to play ones. What are they doing playing twos? Tolka stayed at 12 months prime. Rawas says he is down to play in 30 minutes or so. Do you think Rawas knows about RebMob? Surely he does, right? He knows that he's good. Or do I have to give him his credentials? Yes, Machinus. Do you think RebMob knows about Rawas? Good question, bro. Good question. RebMob probably like, who? Who, Megalol? Do you think Fear knows Zetro? That's my #1 chatter right there. RebMob doesn't concern himself with the little leagues, bro. He says, oh, I only know about... I decided to back off my diss. It's gonna be something like, I only know about major players. Proverb! Thank you for the tier 1. I love Rawas so much. I'm sure you would appreciate the joke. Red Mob is also not a major player, though. Ooh, Kurox, dude. Cooking them. Let me play? Yeah, I think I'm just ban you. It's easier. It's easier than getting you in a lobby with Nush. What RLCS event is next? NA 1v1. NA 1 versus 1. Me and A 1v1 tomorrow? That's true. Well, not tomorrow. That's a lie. Thursday. I mean, maybe you're in Europe, so maybe it is already Wednesday for you, but Thursday, Mina, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, NA. NA 1v1 is so bad, we're cooked against NAS. Diaz isn't cooked against NAS. Everybody else is, so if Diaz doesn't clutch it up. It's tomorrow for me. On LAN. Yeah, at the time, Diaz hadn't had a good result yet on LAN, right? But I feel like Diaz has had good series, good games, good results now on LAN. But I think when he played that once, he hadn't really been playing the best. Maybe I'm making that up. Wasn't he like... Who was he representing? He wasn't representing SSG, right? Was he like Complexity? When he played that? Is Kurox someone we know who's changed usernames? Honestly, don't know. Ross has teamed with him. But yeah, him on Complexity wasn't that good. Like, in LAN, I should say. In threes. But now he's had good threes results already on LAN. So he's kind of shook that off by now, I would think. So I do expect a more full-strength Diaz if he does make it to LAN. Does Kurox know about Juicy? Yeah, but do these guys know about Scorching 39? Probably only one person in the lobby does. And that's why he's our GOAT. Top 8 at LAN isn't good. If you get top 8... Wait, what? Dude, what kind of standards are you holding up to? Oh, Sky, they have 17 months prime. If you get the top 8, it means you beat some teams and you played your game a little bit. Like, that's good enough. It means you like won and shook off some nerves.
Exclamation mark hats.
I got a little ADHD and wandered away. Who won? Evo versus Nush. Dude, you got ADHD on the fastest speed run of a show match ever. That was like the TikTok short attention span best of 5. But yeah, Nush did win. There was very quick forfeits. Oh my goodness, the mob is the most unlucky gamer in the whole entire world. Tiki Bowl, they were at 10 months prime. What's the best keybind for new demo respawn? It's probably not the control stick, which is what I have. Chat, anybody else offer to forfeit instead of rotating? I know I like to. Anyone can cook. Is that what he called this one? Wait, that's a perfect name. Calling this preset anyone can cook and then making it a sky blue affluenter now that everybody in the whole world has it is actually genius. He probably just meant like, did he just change all of his camera settings? Dude, he's changing his stuff so fast. He just changed his settings faster than I've seen anybody change their settings. Like, he just flew through, like changed FOV, distance, this, like it doesn't even matter. How is Liquipedia supposed to keep up, man? He's waiting for invite? Oh. Let me, wait a second. Stop watching Fear. I told hey, I told people to go to Red Mob. Here's the thing, we might have to go watch Red Mob right now. Good chance. I'll let you guys watch Red Mob for a bit and stare at my chair. I think there's a good chance though that there's gonna be no stream. We're just gonna be done. It's true. Red Mob RL. I think I probably just have to go anyways. Wait, he's trying to type us more messages. um Everything's okay. Yeah, no, everything's nothing's wrong. Nothing's bad or anything like that. I just haven't heard from Rawas, and basically just want to let him know that it's either not going to happen or he's down and ready to go or something. Like we can't have this in between that we're currently. I think I'm out of here. I think I'm out of here. Okay. Thank goodness I put the word potential in. I really felt like it was almost 99%, but you just never know. Chat. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you guys might think it's weird because I like walked away or whatever. But basically, Fear Jr. is speculative, sick by school, but we're like pretty sure he isn't. If that makes sense. So he's like actually kind of fine, but actually we also still have to pick him up. So we're just gonna go pick him up. And I wasn't sure if I would need to do that or not, but I'm gonna go get him. So I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna get him too. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Dr. Fear and I are both gonna go get him. Later, homies. Yeah. I'm just gonna go get him. We can do it tomorrow or something. It's only Tuesday. So I'll see you then. Bye.